everybody, welcome back to the VanEupen Arena, and us being here means only one thing: football is on its way back. It's an exciting time of the year. I'm sure we're all looking forward to having our Saturdays filled, and as you can see, I'm as ever joined by my illustrious co-commentator Steve Hilton. Steve, feels good to be back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 months since West Didsbury, but it feels like yesterday for some reason. It feels like
Still riding that wave of emotion, that championship win.
I've been missing football. The first couple of weeks are okay, but then you're like, well, not to do, pause. But it's great to be back. Great way to start on home today against Tranmere. It'll be a massive test, but good to be back, and season's nearly upon us.
And just quickly, how have you managed to fill your Saturdays?
Mostly hungover. A few barbecues, the wife, bit of gardening. Nothing major.
Well, I lived up to my reputation by going to see The Lion King, the musical, which was fantastic. I'd highly recommend it. Now, before we get into the thick of the action, let's have a quick look back at last season, the season that Vauxhall Motors were indeed crowned North West Counties Football League Premier Division champions. If you missed that somehow, then you must have been living under a rock. And as you made reference to, Steve, what an afternoon that was at West Didsbury and Chorlton, getting that trophy finally.
It was great. Great day with the home fans were brilliant. The setup there was lovely setup. And I think we said on the podcast there was people with dogs, students just all chilling, having a beer, and the sun was out, and we were just waiting for get the game gone and lift the trophy and celebrations, which was great. And their fans stayed behind, and it's just just a bit of release, wasn't it? And we had a really tense couple of months with the Berry stuff, the Winsford stuff, just constant, social media and all this, and but at the end of the day, we went on a run at the end of the season, and we were just unstoppable, and rightly winners.
And it was a season that was capped off only recently, as manager Mick McGraa was named the North West Counties Football League Premier Division Manager of the Year at the recent North West Counties AGM. So, a great achievements all round, and now the work starts for the season 2023-24 as Vauxhall find themselves in a new league. They find themselves in the pitching in Northern Premier League Division 1 West. They really need to start getting new names for these leagues, because they're...
When I played, it was the Unibond Premier League got first. It was dead simple. Now it's pitching in section area. But so there's 3 feeder teams into the Premier Division.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good standard. It's going to be hard. Some new places to go to, new people to meet. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to all the new grounds that we're going to, and all the pre-match foods that we're going to try.
That's it, yeah.
But referencing that West Didsbury and Chorlton game, we spoke to Mick after the game about realistic targets for next season. He said, or for this season rather, he didn't want to make up the numbers. He didn't want a mid-table finish. He's looking to go up again. Is that a realistic aim for this team?
Definitely. Look, we done it when we went up. We went straight up as the runners up again. I think we've seen it with Warrington Rylands, was it? They went up within a couple of years. I always think it's very similar to like when teams win the conference, they go into the second division and they're always up there. I don't think there's a massive gap in standard. Obviously you need to bring a few bodies in there, but we'll get the right bodies on board. Carry on playing with the way we were and the team spirit and all that. I don't think we're going to be a million miles away. I just say as well, there's no Macclesfield in that in there as well, so there's no late anomalies where Berry in the North West Counties this season out to the back of Gig Lane, we've thrown a lot of money at it. Last year Macclesfield ran away with that league with the budget they've got for. It's going to be a pretty even playing field.
Well, that is to come, the start of the Northern Premier League Division 1 West season. Vauxhall are currently in the thick of their pre-season preparations. They've already kicked off their preparations with home games against Rutland Town and Winsford United. But now, a bit of a Wirral glamour comes to the VanEupen Arena in the shape of League 2 side Tranmere Rovers. Now it's going to be an interesting one because Tranmere are starting their pre-season today.
Yep.
They've got a new manager in place, Ian Dawes.
Yep.
New technical director, the ever optimistic Nigel Adkins, former Tranmere player. This is important for Tranmere as well.
Well, we're expecting a bumper crowd here today, so speaking to people, there's a lot of optimism around Tranmere. The fans really want to see the new signings they've made. They want to see how the new manager's going to line up, what influence Adkins has had. So it's exciting times. Like, you know, he allows the Liverpool supporter like Vauxhall. You buy into it, don't you? And you get excited for what's about to come. So I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to it. We won't make it easy for them. I know it's
Absolutely
all about
not.
fitness and all that, but these are scouts you want to win. We used to play these Tranmere 20 years ago, and I think we played them 3 years for bounce, and every year they brought us stronger teams. We got results, but you want to go up against these players who are professional footballers and go, look, I can do a job here. So we won't make it easy. We'll be in the game. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, it was quite amusing when this fixture was announced. A few disgruntled Tranmere fans online on social media that this wasn't necessarily the glamour tie that they wanted. But you made reference to there. Not only is this a chance for players to get fitness, but it's also a chance for maybe like squad players or, you know, just players to put themselves in the manager's thinking.
I mean, you know what, I understand what they're saying. You see teams going the Isle of Man or whatever on tours and all that, but look on the flip side of it. They're playing the first game under the new management structure, and they're playing a local game. They're helping the non-league team out. Neighbours,
Fair point, yeah.
And it gives the opportunity to fans to come down here as well. It's not going to be 20 quid a ticket.
As you said, bumper crowd expected.
You know what I mean? Bumper crowd, it's local. So fans can get to the game, and you know, it's a chance to have a look around non-league football. And like I say, we get a few through the gates and stuff like that, but it gives the opportunity for their fans to come to the game, not like playing in Carlisle or somewhere where people can't get to. So let's see both sides of it.
And today's fixture is proudly sponsored by Dawes, and there are plenty of sponsorship opportunities for you or your business or someone's business that you know to get involved in non-league football and, you know, see the good work that goes on around the place.
I'll give Dal a little plug because that's a good but yeah, so we're made up to be Dalrod Drainage Solutions. Made up to be sponsoring this game. There's an offer as well, so anyone who in the programme, anyone who quotes Vauxhall to get 10% discount to any drainage issues. So domestic, commercial, any drainage problems, give us a call and let the professionals help you out.
And as we said, local businesses help clubs like this and communities like this thrive. So get involved and, you know, see what good work goes on here. Ian, thanks for joining us. Your first official game as Tranmere boss, first game of pre-season. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's important that we get going now because we had 2 good weeks of training. We've all been looking forward to this game now at the end of it. So yeah, it's going to be an important day for us just to try and get our lads to do 45 minutes, and it's the start of the pre-season game. So yeah, everyone's prepared and hopefully it'll be a good game to watch.
What's been your remit going into the job? What's your aims for this group of players?
I don't think I've made it any secret. I think being a Tranmere manager and the players understand this as well as being players, is that the demand of the club is promotion. I mean, if we attack the season with anything other than that in our minds, then I think we're letting the fans down. So it's important that that's our aim and our target for the season.
You've got Nigel. You're working closely alongside Nigel Adkins. What's it been like working with Nigel?
Nigel's a great fella, great experiences, and he's a good one to talk football to. So yeah, another good addition to the team behind the team. Really.
And what are your aims for league position this season?
Like you say, as long as it's got a P next to our name, at the end of the season, doesn't matter how it happens. So like I say, that's our target and our mentality going into the season, staff, players, and it's important that we stick to that.
Just on today's game, it's good for the community to have this game on, isn't it? 2 sides local to each other.
Yeah, I spoke to the staff here at the club, and it's so important that the 2 clubs have got a good relationship because so close to each other. Probably one of the biggest non-league clubs in our area, so it's important we have them relations. And one of our first team coaches, Alan Morgan's now the assistant manager here, so that builds another link with the club. So yeah, it's vital that we keep moving on with that.
Ian, thanks for joining us.
No
wish you all the best for the
Thank
season.
you very much. Cheers.
Drop your crochet needles and put away your golf clubs because your Saturdays are going to be filled once more. Football is back. It's a beautiful sunny day in July, although there is a threat of thunder in the air. And we'll hope for a thunderous return to football for your Vauxhall Motors. Bit of glamour for our return to media coverage for the Motors as we welcome Football League side and nearest and dearest Tranmere Rovers to the VanEupen Arena. We begin this season having conquered the North West Counties Football League Premier Division and preparing for life in the pitching in Northern Premier League Division 1 West. That is a mouthful. I do hope to change those league names for the sake of my lungs. But on a day like today, it's only fitting that we bring the glamour to match commentary, and I am joined, as always, by Vauxhall Motors committee member and former goalkeeper Steve Hilton. Steve, it's a great day for football, isn't it?
Yes, good afternoon. Sun's out, the thunder stayed away. I looked and it said it was going to be 2 o'clock. It's the moment, bright blue skies, sun's out. Good crowd in the VanEupen, a few beers going. So hopefully a good day of football and get to know some of these new signings I've made.
And a word to both clubs, there's been a concerted effort to get a bumper crowd for this game, and those efforts have been rewarded, and the people who have attended have been rewarded with the sunshine. So before we kick off, let's run through the teams, and we'll start with the home side, your Motors in goal. Glad to see him signed on for this season, Sam Booth, after making such an impact towards the end of last season. We've got Ethan Goldborn, who'll be looking to prove a little bit of a point, having started his career at Tranmere Rovers. We have Sean Smith, looking forward to seeing him getting started in the Motor shirt. Sean Mosscrop, Captain Tom Mitchell, Bobby Beaumont, fresh off his fantastic season last season, Michael Berkey, Hayden Cooper, the non-league Erling Haaland, Lewis Buckley, Jordan Deere, another one looking to prove a point against Tranmere, and Connor Harwood. The subs for the Motors: Moran, Hughes, Dufton Kelly, Brandon, Herbert, Hughes and Nugent. And for the visitors, Tranmere Rovers, with Ian Dawes at the helm for the first time. In goal, Luke McGee.
Early chance.
Haven't even finished the team sheet and the Motors are already on the attack.
First
Berkey with
away.
a chance. Lightning starts from
Good positive
number
start.
7.
Yeah.
So we've got Luke McGee in goal for the Rovers, and the brilliantly named Trialist 1.
Good player him. Good player.
Looking forward to seeing his efforts today. Tom Davis the captain, Jordan Turnbull, Mikey Davis, Regan Hendry, Paul Lewis, Kieran Morris, Charlie Jolly, Connor Jennings and Josh Hawkes. And the subs for the Rovers, Taylor, and the bench is filled out by more trialists. But as we mentioned, Steve, what a start to this game for the Motors, full of intent.
Yeah, well, Lewis Buckley just trying to nip it away from the trialist. Yeah, you know what, you're going to expect Tranmere to have a lot of the ball, being a pro club. They want to try and get it down, play full time. You know, fitness will probably tell as well, but you know what, there'll be Vauxhall lads out there who want to show that they're good enough to step up to this level as well.
I mentioned also Ethan Goldborn and Jordan Deere, two in particular, having spent time at Tranmere. They'll be looking to maybe just show them
It's
what
a
they're
great
missing.
ball, that, yeah.
Berkey out to Harwood, he's cut inside onto his right foot, gets a shot away, but
Really good positive start from
the new
Vauxhall's.
goalkeeper.
It's 2 shots off in the first 3 or 4 minutes already.
McGee tested early on. New signing for Tranmere. It's also worth pointing out that this might be Tranmere's first pre-season game, but the Motors are well into their pre-season preparations, having started with a 4-1 win against Rutland Town and a 3-0 win against Winsford United here at the VanEupen Arena on the 3G pitches. Was it 4G? 4G, let's go 4G.
I think it's 4G. Oh,
It's a chance now for Tranmere in the box. A poor touch. Runs out of play for a goal kick. Goalborn complaining it was handball in the build-up.
Handball, he got a lucky ricochet and he's chance to get a shot off, and He's going to take was it Ben Dufton-Kelly on?
I think Ben Dufton-Kelly was covering around well, but I think it was still a poor touch, wasn't it?
Yeah, poor touch, put out of play. Shot on.
Shot Smith.
Oh, good save.
Great save by McGee. Sat up nicely for the fullback on his left foot.
Hilton used to catch them.
And he was equal to it, McGee.
Mick, a good run out today for pre-season and a good performance against higher opposition. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought we were really good against the team who were pro team. I thought good scored after 30 seconds. Yeah, no, it was a good experience. I mean, it wasn't just about the games today; it was about the whole day. And Tranmere, coming back here after 7 or 8 years. Yeah, it was a really good day. I thought football-wise, I thought we had the better side first off. We created a lot of chances. Looked a little bit rusty in front of goal, but we kept to the game plan and it worked. And obviously, second half the weather was horrendous, wasn't it? It was just about getting through the game, and everyone had good minutes. And let's hope they come back next year.
And a strong defensive display where your side dominated at the back against the Tranmere front line. How happy were you with that?
Really good. I mean, we've just signed Bobby Beaumont and he's gone off after 10 minutes with the cut head. But now defensively, really good. And it's something that we're going to work on. It's something that we've got to be good at, better than what we were last season. Even though we were good, but going into that next league, we've got to be more organised, and I thought we was today.
And does the visit to Tranmere to the VanEupen Arena show how far the club's come in the last 5-6 years?
Yeah, massive. It's been massive for us today. It just shows, doesn't it? We stepped 5 years ago, and now step 4, and Tranmere have come here. But as I said, I'd like to thank Tranmere because they've helped us with the day as well, and it's all gone well. It was a good game, and good with their fans as well, a big crowd.
And finally, a game in Ashville next week where you'll take a strong side for a local derby. How are you looking forward to this game?
Yeah, it'll be really good. So it's good, innit? We'd like to have played Leeds as well, but we haven't played Ashville for a long time, so it'll be a good run out, and we'll have another look at a couple of lads and then see where we go.